We've seen that the 2012 MRS Fall Meeting here in Boston is truly an international event. And joining us now is Milos Toth, all the way from Sydney, Australia. Thank you for being with us, Milos.
Hello, Chris. Good to be here.
As we mentioned, you traveled quite a long way to get here in Boston for this big meeting. Why is that? Why did you feel it was important to come here this year?
In general, it's perceived as the #1 materials physics meeting in the world. So it's important, particularly for our students, to network with people from all over the world here, with all the key researchers in our fields of study.
Have you found that that's been the case? Have you been able to network and meet some interesting scientists?
Yes, yeah, particularly from the national labs here in the US, from some of the major universities. It's been very fruitful.
And what are some of the areas of focus for you in Sydney?
So we do a lot of work on nanofabrication and nanoprototyping, work on studies of molecules at surfaces and chemical reactions between gases and surfaces. And we run a lot of these experiments directly inside electron microscopes and study them at very high resolution.
And you mentioned you also brought with you a student as well.
Yes.
Are they enjoying it?
Oh yes, Aidan March, and he's having a great time. It's been very beneficial for him to be here.
I'll bet. So what have been some of the highlights so far here at the meeting for you and your student?
We saw some excellent symposia on in situ characterization techniques. So a lot of work on doing atomic resolution studies of systems changing in real time in the microscope. So where we don't just get snapshots of what's going on, but where people look at dynamics taking place. It seems to be a hot field taking off.
It seems to. It seems like as well you've also absorbed a lot of material, met a lot of people, as you said, networking. What do you hope to bring back to your colleagues in Australia from this meeting?
To highlight some of the emerging work people are doing, so things people have not published yet. When we meet people informally, knowing which directions different groups are going in, what gets people excited, it's extremely useful.
So overall, would you say this has been a very positive experience for you?
Oh, very much so, yep. It's a key meeting to be at. As I said, you get to meet all the key people. It's been very beneficial.
All right, Milos, thank you for joining us. I'm glad to meet you. Have fun at the rest of the meeting.
Thank you. It was my pleasure.